All right, so this is what we are going to be looking at, the Microsoft filter in Excel, right? Microsoft Excel filter. In the previous lectures, we were able to expound on the sorting, and so there is not much difference between the sorting and the filtering. All right, so sorting helps you to find certain information from a data set, and even filtering also helps you to find some certain information or record from a data set, right? But we have the different processes of achieving this, and that of sorting is different from that of filtering. All right, now if you quickly go to here, you can actually sort from A to Z or Z to A, and you can actually also apply custom sorting. Now when it comes to sorting, we said you can sort your values based on your cell color, on font color, or you can as well as add a conditional formatting icon. Right, so these are the different sort options you have here. So let's cancel this, and then let's look at what we have today, that is the Excel filtering. Now let's say we want to filter, because usually filtering is applied to the header of a data set. Please take note of this. Whenever you are filtering information, you have to apply the filtering in the header of your data set. And where is the header of our data set? From looking at this, we have the ID, first name, last name to comment. So that is the header, and we are going to be applying the filtering option to that header. And to do that, simply click on any of the header there. For example, comment, or let's say grade, or we are going to be working with comment, because this comment is kind of a categorical data set where the different comments for each of the grade is categorized into excellent when a person gets A, I think distinction when a student gets B, and then I think we also have something like very good, and then we also have pass, and then we have fail, we have also good. Now let's say we want to categorize this data so that we want to filter out students that got excellent in this data set. Now you can use different strategies to achieve that, and one of them is by using the if conditions. All right, using your if condition to filter the record, but we have easier ways to do that. All right, so what filter does is that it applied to sort and hide data. Okay, we are going to be looking more that, so it makes data analysis very, very easy, such as you can decide to hide some information that you don't want to display, all right, when you apply that filter command. Right, so as I've also said, it is important to have a row of headers where you apply filters, I've said. So our row is this number 1 here, so that's the number 1 row, and it has the headers where we are going to be applying this. All right, so they are applied to the top row in a range. Please note, usually apply this at the top of this range, and that is our ID, first name, and the rest, this other information. So let's quickly do that here. All right, so let's quickly apply that. So click on here, and then on your home tab, go to the apply and filter, click there, and then click on filter. Now once you click on that, you notice what happens, that the first header here has something like a drop down menu where you can click on each of the record, that's a row, to filter the data. Now once you click on the arrow going down, we have this filtering option. One is that we can filter by color, that is by cell color. We also have text filter. All right, we also have these other categories in this particular column. We have distinction, excellent, fail to very good. All right, so for you to do that, let's say we want to filter the information of students that got distinction. So all you have to do is to untick or uncheck the other record here and click OK. Now we have every student that got distinction in this data set. So you don't have to start writing some if conditional statement and whatsoever. Now you can apply other filtering options here. Let's say students that got distinction, and then we also have this the gender. Let's say we want to filter for only females that got distinction. So uncheck male and left only female here. And we have female. So how many females got distinction? We have about 417 females that got distinction here. You can as well as switch this to the male. All right, can switch to male. So that should be about 420, I think, if I'm right, for male. Let's say for female. Okay, this is for female, and then that is for male. Okay, and then for the both of them, we have to combine all of them. All right, these are both the female and the male that got these distinctions. So do you notice what happened? Now, if we check on only male, we see we have very few number of males here. Sorry about that. If you want to count the number here, please, we are not using the initial method. Please take note of that. You don't follow this record here because some values has been skipped. There are some values in between, and those are female. So you don't have to follow this. So for you to check the number of male here, I think you can use a count function by using the count, C-O-U-N-T, count A. Remember that when you're using the count A, you are including both for numbers and also text. So let's say how many here. So we have about 77 male that got distinction. So for the female, you can do the same by just changing this to female and then using the count A. You can select. Okay. So for female, just come here, tap only female and here. So you can use here to check using the count average and then select for all the females here. Select for all the females in the data set. So I think that should be about 72, right? So we have 77 male, then 72 female. So the male had a larger number of distinctions in the record. So we can also sort using for example, their career aspiration. All right, let's say we want to check all the accountants that got distinctions. So from here we have them. So let's make sure we select all here. So we have how many male here? 1, 2, 3. Right, so you can just custom filter all these things to your very best depending on what your employer asks you to do. So as a data analyst, you can begin to customize stuff like that. So how many accountants, and then we're here. You can use even for teachers. Let's select for scientists. Okay, so we have them here. Then you can always change from these comments so those that got excellent as well. All right, so once you are done with that, you can always clear the whole filtering by clicking on, all right, by going to here, then uncheck this filter. Once you uncheck the filter, everything goes back to default. Now we also have filter by color. Let's take, for example, maybe you applied some conditional formatting to certain cells. Let's say every cell that has A as grade should be colored, for example, should be colored, let's say green. So let's say we are applying conditional formatting to the cell here. So highlight every cell value that is equal to, let's say A, and then let's change the color to green field. Okay, let's say green field, and then let's click OK. All right. Now let's say we want to filter this. So click here, go to filter, and we are going to be filtering by cell, by color here. So we have filter by cell color, and then we have this color filter here. And then let's also apply this conditional formatting for, people that have, let's say equal to, I use 100 there. So let's say equal to B, equal to B, right? For equal to B, let's say we are using light red, or let's just use F for fell. We are using light red field, and then this. So if you scroll down to the here, we can now see this data. So let's just use the two colors for now, and then we want to sort this based on color. So click here. We've already applied the filter. So click there and then go filter by color. Then let's filter by this color. Automatically you can both combine the conditional formatting as well as adding, filtering option to our data set. Okay, now we also have for text filter. okay, let's say the text is equal to this, so you can filter with that, right? We also have different custom filter here, and that we are going to be looking at in our next lesson, which is going to be the advanced filters in Microsoft Excel. So thank you so much, and then please, the data set to be provided for you, make sure you use it appropriately and use it as you received it or you downloaded it from your from our website or maybe Discord server or WhatsApp group, wherever, or even YouTube channel, wherever you get the data set from our lectures. Do not change anything so that it won't affect your result. Please take note of that. So whenever you're done with the filtering, you can as well as click on the filtering, and also you can clear come here to clear all formats. All right. For example, this row, we want to clear the formats here. So clear formats to return everything here. And then also we want to clear for this particular cell. Let's just clear formats. All right. And then return to the default. So I'm going to be saving this data here and then we provided for you. Please watch the video. If there are challenges, pause it and then rewatch it again. All right, so I wish you a happy learning. See you next time.